Good morning. I'm Rick Larson. I'm the Director of Research Informatics here at UCSF. I work in IT as my home base, but pretty much spend my life working out with the different research areas, individual researchers as well as CTSI, SomTech, School of Medicine, CDHI, and that. So I'm going to talk a little bit today about the services that ARS provides and how you can take advantage of this. So our mission is to provide research with access to data, tools, and infrastructure they need to support their research. Our focus is mainly on the back end, so it's about getting data and the tools that use data. We don't really support, for the most part, with a few exceptions, but for the most part we're not supporting front-end research, as in clinical studies, CTMS systems. So really it's more about the data analytics and working with the data. Have a team of about 13 staff. We provide, and here's the things I'm going to talk about today. So we provide data extracts for researchers. So we provide honest broker services. We provide research computing environments that you can use to do your data analytics in a safe way. Some tools we provide, and then the creation and support of research data assets. So this is really what our team supports, and again, we're about 13 people today. So first we're going to talk about research data extracts. So this is a close partnership between my teams at ARS and the CTSI. Really what happens is on the front end, the CTSI now, we partnered with them and they really deal with the intake of the data requests. We did this change. One is we probably a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, about the time I came on and about the time this program started, our daily turnaround, or daily, I wish it was daily, our turnaround for data requests was about 120 days average. So some got quicker, but some got older, but it was way too long. So we put this partnership together, and now we're around 50 days. So that still seems like a lot, but some requests go a lot quicker, but some go a bit longer. You know, oftentimes as you get in data requests, they can be messy, but it's mainly because of this partnership. And a big piece of it was the folks on my team, they're data analysts. They work on pulling data. They're really good at that, but they're not necessarily good on managing the process, the intake, the specifications, and those things. So that's where that partnership comes in. We deliver the data in a secured workspace environment, and I'll talk a little bit more about that on an upcoming slide. And to do this, it takes a time commitment from a researcher. So although we provide the honest brokers, we know Clarity, we know Caboodle, we know how to get the data. It's so much data out there. No two requests are the same. And so there is a commitment in the researcher side as well when you want to get data. Standard process is we have an intake. We evaluate the request. We put a specification together. We ask for you to sign an SOW. And we do the compliance checks, and then we go through multiple iterations. We are a recharge center, but currently we do the first 8 hours free on data requests, and then after that it's billable currently at $106 per hour. Our average, I would say our average data request is somewhere between 10 and 20 hours. Some are smaller, some are a lot larger. The environments that we support, first one is My Research, and this is a secured virtual desktop hosting. So this is a HIPAA compliant environment. So when you want to work with your data, rather than worrying about getting a new environment set up each time, this can be done in about a day. And we set up an environment for you and allows you to work with your data. We supply a large set of tools, so most of the common tools that people use, SaaS data, are already in these virtual environments. You don't have to worry about licensing, you don't have to worry about setup. It's all set up for you. We provide this environment for free, up to 10 gigabytes, and then after that it's currently about 25 cents per gigabyte for storage above the 10. We're trying to get that price down right now to around 10 cents. We basically are from central IT taking this service, so we're trying to get a cheaper price. But anyway, this is a great service. I would say most researchers that are doing data research on small to moderate sized data sets use my research. And if there are tools in there that, or if there are tools you need that aren't in there, we'll take the request. And if it's something that we think we can support and it has usage across for multiple researchers, we'll buy it and put it in there, or if it's open source, we'll get it in there. The other environment my team support is Winton. So this is the high performance computing environment here at UCSF. A couple years ago at UCSF, there was no central environment. It was all departmental, but we have stood up a central environment, and we now actually have most of the departmental areas queued up to come into this central one. So this is, within the next 6 months, this is going to be a huge cluster with a lot of horsepower. You can go in the way we have it now. You can go in for free. You don't have to put any hardware into it, and you get on the free queues, which is if there's open space, your jobs get run. If there's not open space with people that have actually contributed, your jobs get a lower priority. But it's, I'll tell you, there's usually often open queues. So if you have any interest in doing high performance computing and that, this is a resource. The link there is how you get an account. And the main thing we're doing going forward here is we are getting it certified for PHI and HIPAA data. So currently you cannot run PHI jobs on here. It has to be de-identified, no patient data. All right, tools we support. So first is REDCap. So we support the, well, first of all, REDCap is a data entry tool that's used for electronic data capture. And I've got 5 minutes left. I think I'm in good shape. It has, it's a quick way to have an environment where you can create data capture for your studies. And it basically you can customize them yourself to get the data capture you need. There's a few different options. I think you'll hear about some of the other options today, but our team supports REDCap. And we provide both the infrastructure, so we support the infrastructure at UCSF. We keep the environment updated in a central way. We provide initial consults for free and training for free of how to use REDCap. And then if you want us to work on your project, we also have a recharge unit where we can actually do work on your individual projects. But it's a great tool. If you have it, having experience with it, I would suggest you go and there's when you go through data.ucsf.edu, which will be the answer on all the others. When you want to know how to get more information about this, that's where you're going to go. You can go there, sign up for training, and learn more. We also support UC-REX, which is a cohort exploration tool, and it is across the UCs. So the 5 UC data centers, the health data centers, we have data shared, and this is a way you can do cohort exploration across the 5 UCs. It just counts. It's not drilling down to actual data. There is an initiative that we're also doing, but it's not open for research yet, which is a cross-UC data warehouse. So the hope is to connect this idea of being able to get counts with actually the idea of being able to get data across the UCs when you get an IRB approval. So that's the future, but right now what we have is this cohort exploration tool. It's based on I2B2, if any of you are familiar with that. It's de-identified. It has your main types of clinical data in there, demographics, diagnosis procedures, as well as medications. On a similar vein, for research, for doing cohort exploration on UCSF only data, we have the Research Data Browser tool available, and this goes against the data that has been 2012 forward, basically since we've come up on Epic. That lets you browse all of that data, and a nice thing here is it's not just counts, but since it's going against a database that has been de-identified, you can actually drill down to the row level data, and that data has been de-identified and surrogate IDs and date shifts and that, but it's very, very powerful in not just getting counts for your cohorts, but actually drilling down and seeing the row level data behind it. And then research data assets we support. Just talked about RDB. So the RDB flat files, so we take our RDB database, which is a relational database, and we put flat files out, and you can request access for those, and you basically get a full data set of our clinical data warehouse for the data that we pulled into RDB. It's not all the data, but it's a good amount of it, and it allows you then to use your own tools to actually do analysis against that data. And then coming very soon, this is the same as RDB pretty much, but it's the full data warehouse of all structured data. So where RDB has, I think 10 or 20 tables, this is over 100 tables, a lot more elements. And this we're working through the access approval right now. These are fully de-identified data sets from Caboodle. Couple highlights of the main differences is the full DID will go back to, the current is about 1 million patients, so back to 2012. The full RDB will have about 3 million patients, so we have loaded in the historical data as well, pre-Epic. And in addition to the main data types, it also has these data types here. And again, same way as RDB, it allows you to go against row level data at a great amount. All right. So I went through this quickly, but the answer is if you want to get more information on any of these things, or if you want to actually get access in that, go to data.ucsf.edu, choose research, and you can drill down on any of these areas, and it will take you to whatever trainings out there, documentation, as well as how to get access. Appreciate your time today, and I look forward to our teams working together. Thanks.